Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a stocks to watch video. Today is February 13th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, please like and subscribe down below. I really do appreciate that. It really helps me and keeps me making these videos. So again, take a moment, stop right now, do it, like, subscribe, and then we can move on. All right. Let's start with the SPX. Potential head and shoulders top right here. Right now, it's not confirmed. Right, it needs to break the neckline for that to confirm. But it looks like this area right down here is going to be tested at least. Pretty nasty day on Friday. So with all that being said, know the environment that we are in. We don't know if it's going to test and bounce up and this is negated, or if it's going to slice through this area and it is confirmed. Just something to be aware of. Okay, that's all in my state of the market video, which I do on Saturdays. You can check out my YouTube channel if you want to check that out. Okay, let's start. I have a lot of stuff to go over today. Some areas are working very well right now and are setting up, and so let's get right to it. Grab a pen, grab a paper. Let's write down the tickers that you like and make the trade your own. All right, first off, we got to talk about gold. Gold on the weekly is doing something, and let's go over here real quick. Here's a big weekly chart on gold. And it is breaking out of this downtrend line right here. It is, again, this is a weekly chart. So these moves take time, but it is doing something it hasn't done in a long time. And so this looks really good. So gold itself is a potential trade. But we're going to go ahead and dive into some of the miners. And let's look at GDX. That is the ETF for the miners. And as you can see, it is sitting right here, on potential support. Let's just go back all the way. So as you can see, potential support, this can actually be a little bit lower like that. It's fine. Now it doesn't make the turn, right? Well, I like the risk reward here, and you're starting to see some accumulation come in. There may be a trend line. I could draw like this. Again, you may want to wait till it breaks the trend line. You may play it to the trend line, right? But there's some nice accumulation volume coming in gold. And if you see, it's making higher lows, which is really nice. Every time it pulls back, it's making a higher low. Very nice. Within GDX, Newmont Mining looks pretty good. Kind of cup handle-ish. SBSW, a South African gold miner. Earnings, be careful your earnings dates, everybody. Trying to break out again. We'll go back to weekly charts on some of these. Yeah, so look at this, a beautiful kind of cup and handle-ish look. It broke the downtrend line right there. And it does have earnings coming up. EGO, Eldorado Gold. Again, coming up to an area of support. I'm sorry, resistance. And again, earnings coming up. And SSRM. Giant, I'm going to go weekly on this. Again, earnings, though. Don't forget earnings. But look at this beautiful saucer from 2011. And now it's coming back into it. And it kind of broke this handle-ish area. Kind of came back into maybe a little bit. I may be able to even do something like that. That's probably more accurate. But love the way this is shaping up. Again, we have earnings, we can break this trend line. I think a lot can happen in these potential names, but again, know your earnings dates and just be careful with those. All right. There's also some non-gold material type names that are setting up. Aluminum names are doing really good. Here's Alcoa. Again, going to a weekly chart. Some of these are big patterns breaking out of here. And I don't know if this pertains to anything. This is old, And so maybe coming back into this area of supply potentially. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, but again, it's hard to ignore this type of volume coming in. CENX, another aluminum name. Again, just a nice looking kind of, we'll call it base. It's just a base, but it's trying to break out. Earnings coming up. CF, agricultural inputs. We've talked about this many times, but earnings right around the corner. NTR, we've talked about many times, still doing very well. Earnings right around the corner. MOS, earnings coming up, but doing very well. TECK, Tech Resources, a Canadian company. Breaking out of a big area and trying to move higher. Earnings coming up, but good volume. Nucor and UE, again, trying to finish off the space. It would have to break out for me to be involved in this one. Steel name, CTVA, another agriculture name. Again, it broke out. Now here comes back. We'll call this the retest, right? Pretty good. As long as $50 holds, right? I think that this looks pretty good. CTVA, again, its earnings has passed, which is nice to see. FMC, back in this area again, maybe a little bit extended, may need to pull back just a little bit, but had a great earnings reaction. And CMC, earnings has passed on this one again, nice volume, and making higher lows all the way. Nice little VCP type action, looks pretty good. Last one is EMN in this group, EMN, and it's got this cup and handle type of look to it. Hasn't really proven itself yet. I would let this one, because it's a little choppy, prove itself, but it still has a pretty decent look to the base. All right. The other sector I'm going to focus on today is energy, because it's been doing really well. So that's what we want to focus, right? Here's XLE looking really strong. Again, these ETFs you may want to consider. XOP is the other big one. Again, breaking out on nice volume. And OIH, right? Oil services, again, breaking out on decent volume. Again, looks really good. So oil is just going. Let's go through a bunch of these names. I got a whole bunch for you. These are the best ones I can find. Sorry. AR. I mean, beautiful place right here. Earnings coming up though, so be careful for that, right? This week. FANG, we've talked about FANG before. Breaking out. Earnings coming up. So this is a good test for FANG. PXD. I was hoping for some kind of pullback. It really didn't. Does have earnings coming up, but pretty strong area that is trying to break out of. And again, it just kind of moved sideways. So it didn't even pull back in any real way. It just kind of drifted sideways, right? Lower volume on the down days. Love to see that, right? Looks good. That's earnings come up for PXD. PBF. Just had earnings. Got the breakout, got the retest. That looks really nice. VNOM, VNOM, Viper Energy. Earnings coming up, but it did break out of this consolidation. Looks good. EOG. Again, consolidating nicely. Earnings coming up. COP. ConocoPhillips. Nice little consolidation. Earnings out of the way. It's always nice to see, right? XOM. Big boy. ExxonMobil. Nice flag coming back into the moving averages. Earnings out of the way. I mean, what's not to like there, right? Schlumberger, SLB, beautiful consolidation right here. Earnings and dividend out of the way, and break of this range, that looks really good. BKR, Baker Hughes, huge day on Friday for this name. Broke out of this range, this consolidation to the upside, dividend and earnings out of the way. HP, that's Helmerich Payne, another oil and gas company. Maybe a little bit extended, but it does have earnings and dividends out of the way. Nice little kind of double bottom, maybe you call this a triple bottom, whatever. And last one in this group is NOV. This is Novel, I forgot the name of this oil and gas company, but it's oil and gas company. Again, this is the range it's trying to break out of, and it also has earnings out of the way. Looks pretty good. All right, a couple of coal names. Arch, which we've talked about, earnings real soon, but beautiful little cup and handle broke out of, and HCC. This one looks amazing also. Has this kind of loosey goosey base, but look at all this volume coming in. I'm not sure what the deal is with that, but that's just a gigantic volume. So I really do like that. Okay, so those are the names I have for you looking forward. Again, know your earnings dates and your risk management on all of these, but it seems like this is what's leading the market currently. Last week we were a little more optimistic, and so let's go over my top 5 from last week. Zim, which actually did pretty good. Friday was a rough day for it, but again, it was an uptrend. Let's not, didn't really do terrible. The Friday gave back most of the gains. Viper Energy was in there, nice strong move. Brothers Coffee in there again. Friday gave back most of the progress and then some. Nasty kind of move on Friday. LPLA Financial was on there, had a good move up. Thursday, that concerning candle. Friday continued lower, but it was a positive on the week. And CF, again, nice move on Friday upward. So not a terrible week for my stock, my top 5. Let's go for my top 5 this week. First off, SSRM. All right, this one going to the weekly again. Earnings, know your dates. Well, on the weekly, it doesn't get much better than this. You have a beautiful cup. You have this retest into this area. I don't care that it's not exact, and it's trying to make its way out of it. Beautiful looking chart on the weekly. Nice accumulation. And if you look, on the down days, most of them are on lower volume, where a lot of the up days are on higher volume. Really nice look to it. And again, this is a weekly chart, so we're talking about over a long period of time here. So SSRM looks really good. XOM, I like it that earnings out of the way. Nice strong flag right here. You can play the breakout of this flag like that, and I think there could be another move going. Just went from 60 to 80. It's a 33% move, and I think it's got more in it. So I like that one a lot. XOM, FMC. This one does have earnings out of the way also, and most of these will have earnings out of the way because why mess around with those names this week? Love how it's kind of consolidating here. It needs maybe a little bit more time. This one was maybe a little bit of a stretch because it's not a perfect. I think it may need to pull back a little bit more into these moving averages, but I still put it on here. You never know. I do like that earnings are out of the way. It's FMC, PBF. Another energy name I like. Again, theme here, energy out of the way. I'm sorry, earnings out of the way. It broke out, came back, retest. Really nice looking stock right here. Again, if it breaks the downtrend line on this little mini flag, it's time to get long. Again, really, really nice name. And the last one will be HCC, Hecla. Oh, it's a construction company. This is not the one I meant anyway. That is crazy. This is the name I meant to show you guys. That was something different. Sorry on that one. The name looks pretty good. Yeah, but this is a nice little double bottom, and it moves higher. Earnings coming up for HCC. I don't know if I put this in my top 5 because I was looking at the different HCC. It's kind of funny. But there it is, right? There's my top 5. All right, if I'm gonna do it, actually, I like Arch better than that one, personally. Looks a little bit stronger. All right, but there you go. There's my top 5 going for this week. Hope you all get something out of it. Be safe out there. Know the environment we're in. Know your earnings dates. And again, like and subscribe my YouTube channel, please. Thank you. Find me on Twitter at AlphaCharts365, posting charts and thoughts every day on there. Okay. Y'all have a great day. Talk to you soon.